Mikel Arteta, everyone above you, you don't have to hold that because you know what you needed to do in January. You know what you had to do in summer. In fact, I apologize. I extend that to Berta as well because obviously you wasn't here. Now I need to see what you're doing. Do you think we're putting too much faith in Berta? Because he's only one man.
I think, you know, I'm gonna be straight up with you when it comes what Berta's got to do. He's got a lot of cleaning up to do.
He ain't gonna be able to sleep in the next few months.
Yeah, he's got a lot of cleaning up to do. The first sign of business. I was on the phone last night with somebody, and we were talking about this Berta situation. And I said, "Well, I'll give you the first shining light. Jorginho is heading out of here.
He's gone anyways. He's going back to Brazil
immediately. No more entertaining ideas. No more any of that. And you're seeing the transfer links start much more earlier than they normally would.
Yeah,
and you're starting to see stuff that actually makes sense, you know." And so when you look at what he's got to do this summer, he's got to try to delicately balance this Saliba situation, this Magalhaes situation. Saka Zubamendi, I think, was already in the pipeline anyway, so I'm not even counting that. I think Zubamendi was done well before.
We just had to dot I's and cross T's, and we still ain't seen him hold a shirt yet. So
yeah. That's one of the biggest ones, DG. Until we see some of these people in shirts,
it don't mean nothing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We can hear say Ornstein, Fabrizio, all of those guys, they can say whatever they want to say until you actually see the trailer on the Arsenal.com YouTube page. That's when
saying I watched Thierry Henry and Bergkamp and this one growing up because even most players can change their minds, and I think everyone's seen it. We've seen it, Liverpool's seen it, everyone's seen it, especially with Zubamendi. It's like, oh, are you actually gonna let it happen this time, or are you gonna get cold feet? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And so for me, I'm going to wait and see what we got coming in. However, I do think Berta's going to get what we need. I think he's going to get this manager. And I said this last night, either Sunday. I said I want him to have everything that he needs.
No excuses then.
Yeah. I don't want any more excuses. I want him, if he needs 5 strikers, go find 5 strikers. If he needs 12 center backs, go find all 12 of them. Whatever he needs, whatever this brother needs to get over the line, because I don't want to hear any more excuses from these folks that swear he's getting us to the next level. I want it to be proven wrong next season. Prove me wrong. I want to see us win.
That's all we want, Matty, to be proven wrong.
Yeah, that's all I ask for. People think, oh, you want the club to fail. I want the club to succeed. I want trophy after trophy. I'm a Lakers fan.
Last time I checked, you was an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, I look, man, I support winners. I want to win. W-I-N. I'm not talking about the dog. I'm talking about success. I'm talking about certified success. You know, we look at this Europa League thing. People laugh. They laughed at United. They laughed at Spurs. But what are they doing? Competing for what? A trophy.
And we hope to God United win that.
Man, we doomed either way it go. We doomed either way it go. Either you're gonna get, as my girl said, either you're gonna get your ass whooping now, you're gonna get it later on tonight. It's one of the two. The ass whoop is still gonna be the same, and so we do.
It's still pending.
Yeah. We have nobody to blame ourselves for this season, the way this season is played out, except ourselves. And like you said, you said January. This started in the summer. This all goes back to the summer. The last 3 windows, as a matter of fact.
Drop the ball, man.
Yeah, you dropped the ball big time. This is why I said, if they would just think about it, DG, if we were to go back 3 transfer windows, you nix the Havertz deal. You say, okay, we bring in Rice, we bring in,
another midfielder. I was screaming Lavia at the time because I wanted that long-term Partey replacement.
A midfielder, Sassedo, whoever, you bring these guys in, and then you bring in maybe 1 or 2 other pieces. You don't blow it on a left back that's played less than 20 games this season, and then another fella that we bought as a defensive midfielder, that's the striker. You look at that, man. And then you look at how far we got, and if we would have had what we needed to have, that show, your favorite word, fine margins. That
exactly
right there. That if we'd have had what we needed to get over the line, we're probably getting ready for a Champions League final in a couple.
We don't have 14 draws, and if them 14 draws were converted to, I don't know, 14 of them draws turned into 7 wins. Yeah. Me and you are talking very differently about maybe the Liverpool going into the Liverpool game, or like you said, Champions League final, or going into these last 2 games. Like, and it brings this up, because we're on topic with it. Because a lot of people, I feel like, I think you're probably the same, Lee's the same, I'm the same. Even more positive people like Fams on TV. It's like, we're not allowed to be honest, kind of thing. And it's like they want us to be dishonest. Like, you think Matty or me or anyone wants to say we're not good enough, we haven't done this, we haven't done that. We love the club, we watch the club. Like, this man's in America, so if we're playing at 12:30 UK time, fuck knows what time he has to wake up. You can't say the man don't love the club. And when you look at it, yeah, they're not me and everybody else, we're not saying anything different than, you know, what the gaffers come out and said. In the Champions League, we did better than last season. Fair enough. We got to the semis, but not where we want because we wanted to win it. Fair enough. No complaints in that. In the Premier League, we've made a step backwards with the points created. With the points we've created, it's clear we haven't done as well as last season. That's what Matty said. That's what I said. That's what the manager said. So forget me and his opinions. We're armchair experts. The manager said that. We want to be wrong. Like, we want to get over the line.
You know what, DG? The man, if it's one lesson that he has to learn this year, he has to learn this lesson, and that's be, you know, it's gonna sound cliche when I say it, but he has to be humble. Step back, admit that you've made them. See, this is the first. We took a step back. It's nothing wrong with admitting you made the mistake. I told Lee Gunner this the other day. We was talking about coaching because I used to coach, and I told him, I said, you know what one of the major problems is, and this is why it goes back to him not having prior experience before he got here. Most people who start out, every blue moon you run into a Xabi Alonso, somebody go off and they company they go.
No, but even Xavi Alonso, he was doing academy work, and then he's obviously.
I'm about to get to that. I'm about to get to that. But you have to go through losing. Everybody goes through it. You have to learn to lose. You have to learn. There's nothing wrong when you lose some of these games. It allows you to learn. You learn in losses. The problem that we all have with Arteta is you're not learning from the losses, and you're repeating the losses, doing the same thing that you've done.
And life is going to keep showing you the same lesson again and again till you learn.
Exactly. And so, what I'm saying is, bro, he needs this, especially off the back of this last week. These last 2-3 weeks, 4 weeks, actually, when you think about it. Bro, you got to do some internal reflection.
Everyone at this club has to.
Turn from your wicked ways, my friend. It is not working out. 4 left backs, 2 left backs here, 3 left backs there. What's the all constant? We didn't win the game.
No plan B, still can't break down no blocks.
Yeah.
Not got a 9.
This is why I said next year, there's no more excuses. There's absolutely none.
Everyone's on borrowed time.
Everybody from top to bottom. Top to bottom now, DG. This is enough now. 5 years. This is half a decade now. We're talking half a decade.
And we're wasting our chances because we're actually a good team, but we need to become a great team. How do you become a great team? By getting over the line, learning quick and fast, and getting over the line. And I think where my frustration comes with, if this season, like if we did everything that me and you would want last summer, and we did all of that, and the season panned out the same way, to a degree, I might say fair enough, because if I look at the injuries, at least you put your best foot forward.
Yeah,
a lot of this has happened regardless, which is jarring, and I think there's too much woe is me, and that is not sport. It really isn't. It's annoying.
He's now one of the longest tenured managers in Europe,
and well paid,
and the second most expensive manager in Europe. Oh, if not the highest paid. I can't remember now. But
he's up there.
This brother here has to. He got to start cutting his teeth, because this doesn't make any sense. The stuff we've seen the last couple. We go to the Liverpool game. You come out. It's guard of honor. It's guard of honor. What's your team talk? Hey man, F this. We for the
day.
Yeah, we for the ruin this. And if you ain't motivated by that, then you come see me after this game, and we'll get you sorted out over the summer. That's the game discussion. A guard of honor. You embarrassed for the world to see, and go out there in 20 minutes and give up 2 goals.
Credit for the reaction, but exactly.
Yeah. But you know what? How many times have we seen that, DG, this year? How many times have we seen that game was nothing more than what we've seen all year long? Guess what it was? Another draw. 14.
Tale of 2 halves. Yeah. And another draw, 14. And this is where everything needs to be micro-analyzed this season. The draws, the points dropped from winning positions, the squad depth, players that are, we all know the 3-4 players that show us that extended consistency. Players ran into the ground. Declan Rice has picked up a hamstring injury. There's about 3-4 more of those. Trossard now as well. And this is why I said, Matty, if anything, I feel sorry for the players. I can criticize their ability, if they should be at the club, their form. But I can't question. I'll be honest. For me, I think they've bloody fucking tried as hard as they can. Even players I don't rate. I don't think the club will put their best foot forward.
A lot of these guys have left it on the field. A lot of these guys have left it on the pitch.
That's why I'm like, what? Fair play. 18-year-old Lewis Skelly doing his thing. Kivior, who admittedly, in my opinion, has changed a bit, but probably should not be playing in semi-finals and that. Nowhere near Magalhaes. Stepped in and done very well. I can't critique the players. Like, you lot have done all you can. And I wonder how they felt in January with us not buying anything. And if I go beyond the Mikel Arteta now, I must admit, I'm again excluding Berta. Hopefully he can pivot and change things. But I'm looking at the football club. I'm not a fly on the wall, bro. I don't know what's going on. But I think if you genuinely wanted to win and you was like, let's say I'm Josh Kroenke and I truly cared and whatnot. And let's just assume for this example, Arteta was deluded and said, I don't want to sign anyone in January. I'm going to strong arm him and say, no, listen, as mad as the season's been, we still got a fighting chance. Let's bring someone in. And I know this because Declan Rice said, Tierney's having to play left wing. I'm sure. If me and you, as just armchair experts, are saying this, what the hell are these players saying? Because this is the 1 year where it's almost like you have to wake up from this dream. Sure, we didn't win the 2 previous seasons, but it's been it's been decent somewhat. This year, it's been shit from start to finish. Everybody needs to look in the mirror now because this ain't on.
You're saying this season. They've been saying this the last 3 seasons.
Yeah. Remember the last game of the season against Everton. We're not going to rest on this. Have the club followed through.
Think about it. We go back to the 8-year bottle job. We were 8 points clear. Yeah, you brought in Trossard, but what else came with him? Oh, Jorginho. What's the motivate? Something to push. Nothing. Okay, so we bottle it. Move on to next year. Go to the next year. Havertz comes in. Rice comes in. January shows up. What did you get in January? Hey, we back at it again. Then this year, we at that point we were kind of within. We were for 6-7 points, a few points off. Really wasn't that bad that time.
It was quote unquote realistic.
Yeah. You could at least try to. At least you could see it. See Liverpool. Then January pull up. Don't even get it free. Don't even bring in somebody just for a couple of months to give you some, something to say, hey, we're trying to do something. A little motivate, a little experience to help the guys out. Maybe somebody that's, that just need a check, whatever, still decent, can get you about 5 goals, 6 goals, 7 goals, nothing, 0, zilch. We go from defensive midfielder to striker. Then the season flames out. Everybody's looking around. We draw here, draw there. Crystal Palace. You look at Ipswich, Bournemouth. Then you get we beat Real Madrid, but you left everything. The team itself left its soul in that Real Madrid tie. They left everything over there in that Real Madrid tie. We run into a PSG team like a buzz.
No answers.
Watch this. Watch
dramatically this. Better coach team in PSG than Real Madrid, and we're in trouble.
Watch this, DG. Come lean up to your screen right quick. I'm going to show you something. Come here. Come listen in. What did they do in January? What they went out and bought in January? How did it work out for them? How did it work out?
Bloody well, mate. Because you saw what they did. And do you remember? I don't want to say the team from down the road, but do you remember when we missed out on top 4? They bought players. We ain't learned. We don't learn our lessons. And what did we just say for a few moments ago, Matty? If you don't learn lessons, life is going to keep making you repeat it until you want to learn. How much time are you going to put your hand in a fire, get burned, and like, maybe I shouldn't do that?
Yep. This season, this whole summer has to be about have we learned our lesson? Because at this stage now, if you're not learning that lesson, then that means you just don't care. And I'm starting to believe you just don't care. And if you don't care, then just tell us you don't care, and I'm gonna show you that I don't care. I'm gonna show you that I don't care too. But
they're gonna start caring because when people stop going to games, like there's a whole bunch of tickets available at for Newcastle. Yeah, that's when people are like, "Oh, what's going on?" Bums on seats.
When that wallet close up, and I sit off to the side. That's it. When
you bring the merchandise out and no one's buying it and it's not sold out, that's when you're like, "Oof," and that's how they pull us back in.
Yeah. Right here, this brother right here, Ryan. Shout out to him. Even City tried to save themselves by spending big in January because it was obvious that they were struggling. And how did it pan out? Look where they at now. Look where they at. If you don't look where they are, if you don't believe that it'll work out. Sometimes you have to break the glass in case of an emergency.
Facts.
You have
Facts.
to do that. And that's what that's one of the biggest problems. It's almost as if nobody thought about, like, they could even see us getting that far. But that should have been the aspirations anyway. Wait, man, let's bring in a player and let's see how far we can go. Let's see what we can do. Let's push it. Let's push it forward.
How about we PSL? We got to keep the powder dry. There's no players that can improve us. We don't want to buy players for the sake of it.
Market
opportunity. There's always a reason on and off the field as to why we're not where we want to be.
We just don't want a body. Well, guess what you need now? Because you ain't got it. Hey, because the body's hitting the flow.
And there might not be Rice. Well, there's no Marino. We don't know for Rice and Trossard against Newcastle.